Talk about a station and
the issue of practicing skills.
it means just sometimes everyone will ask, should we stand guard first or practice first? Because when you first start practicing, there are some beginners who go out of their way to get a feel for it. Find the feeling of relaxation and find the feeling of qi. Then you can take a taxi first. Meditation and standing still. Once you enter that state, then start practicing movements. Focus on that. Tai Chi, yijinjing, 5-element system, all these can be practiced. Yes, but this is just in the beginning stages. At first, you might need to meditate for 10 minutes or stand still for 5 minutes. That's when you get the feeling, but what about as you become more familiar with it over time? 1 minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds. You'll quickly enter that state. Then there's no need to go before practicing.
Big operation gear is coming.
Because what about after our practice? His whole anger, he's always been there. In, very quickly. Automation. And this one too. Communication between inside and outside is very fast. So there's entry and exit, there's entry and there's exit. If you say you practiced, go meditate first. Stand at the station, after practicing outside the line, you didn't manage to pack up properly. Then it means to say, when you practice until the end, you're really mad. So there is a way to wrap up and collect details. What about this wrap-up device? If it's not well received, it's also easy to fall apart. That heavy anger got dodged. So, if you say that there are people who like to meditate and friends standing on the sidelines, after you guys finish practicing, after practicing Kung Fu, then go meditate in those standing positions on one hand. My body has already reached a certain level of transparency, so at this point, if I play a casual game again, I'll quickly get into the swing of things. Very effective. Moreover, very, very big. Another one, that is, it can allow you to fully relax, which is, within yoga practice. Generally, after intense this kind of practice called sequence, there will be one. It's called a relaxation and rest technique. Some 5 minutes, some 10 minutes. This situation is similar. Just like we practice a little bit every day, once an hour or so. In fact, the amount of exercise it requires is quite large. Using modern Chinese terms, it's called physical activity.
It's very extensive.
If at this time, you give your body enough rest, your body will feel very happy and delighted, which is very important. You are yourself, you. You've earned a lot of money, been busy all day, then many gains start to come in. It's called internalization. No, it's absorption, it's digestion. So, often at this time, I am not very good at talking. But because there are often some things to say, to talk about, I still want to speak, but if I practice alone and finish practicing, after that, basically within half an hour, I don't want to talk, don't want to make a sound. That kind of calmness and the feeling of peace is very wonderful, very comfortable. At this moment, if you can meditate or stand in a stance, it will be even better. When practicing to an excellent state, you can't help but want to sit down and practice for 3 hours. Let's watch today's morning live video together. This morning I practiced very well. So there were many flies around me, but I practiced very well. What about later on? I couldn't help myself. I wanted to sit down and practice for 3 hours. I didn't even want to stop. I just did my makeup. It might also have something to do with that volcano. The aura of that volcano is very strong, and the air is very abundant. Moreover, it is equivalent to one that is that.
Rain.
Calling for a satellite receiver is so awesome. That North Center, so he's very full of energy and very good. So, naturally, my hand just went up. But at the beginning, my hand reached this point. Probably to the position of a tired dog, a few words. Stand for about 5 to 7 minutes. He drifts up and comes up on his own. Drifts to this position. But it feels very comfortable. So you should. When just starting out, practice sitting and standing exercises right at the beginning. This will help you enter the state of practicing exercises faster and get a sense of it more quickly. Once you have mastered that, then the time is getting shorter and shorter. After practicing the exercises, sitting meditation and wearing armor will take longer in the future. And generally speaking, the longer it is, the better. This is related to fighting states and hidden bases. How they are connected. The main thing for sitting meditation is... too high. Let's talk about some simpler things first. For beginners who can understand and practice. One is adjusting your breath to relax your body. One is calming your heart down. When your depth calms down, your breath calms down. Then your meridians will be smoother because all your muscles have relaxed, the muscles and joints. He will be more on the same field than her. So, in this smooth state, it would be very easy to go back and practice. In our usual sports, we emphasize warm-up. If you're hot, you don't look good, but when it comes to training skills, it's the opposite. Training skills is extremely close, the closer, because what we need to transform into is chi. The ones being transported are us. The energy that runs within the meridians. Because this is for health, not for competition. And the station equipment also has this effect, but because of the station equipment, it's very difficult. It's particularly easy to be still, so if you can often maintain a seated meditation and stand in one place for a long time, it becomes very hard to stay still. And standing in one place is more about additions. It's like stepping on the earth and heaven. This kind of breath coming in. Standing in one place is more about additions. So it depends on your individual differences and different methods of cultivation. At a certain point, you should find some professional teachers to ask them.